So I'm doing this video in response to another YouTuber, another person who likes Unreal and Daz and using them together. He had a question about how to tweak the skin once you get your Daz character into Character Creator. So this is me bringing my Daz character into CC4. There's some issues with using CC4. If you're bringing in a clothed character with hair, it doesn't seem to work very well. Mike Kelly at Kelly Tunes talked about that. But if you're just bringing in a naked character, it works fine. Otherwise, if you have CC3, if you want the hair and the clothes, bring them into CC3, and then you can open them up in CC4. But here I am bringing them in. I've done my texture profiles. This is the, easy way to do it. And so while that is converting and doing its loading, Transformer's doing its thing, I've opened up CC3 because I want to take the normal maps and roughness maps out of this character to use with the other one. This is a CC3 plus character, so they're mapped correctly, and then I will have them. Very often, not always, but often when you bring in a character from Daz, Character Creator doesn't bring in the normal maps, and it doesn't bring in the roughness maps, and it doesn't bring in the metallic. So I just take them out of something I already have if I don't need a super specific look. I'm going to do another video talking about if you need it to be very, very specific. So here I am back in Character Creator 4. This is my character. You'll note she is not green like she was in Daz, because that was not actually in her skin maps. That was an effect. I've dressed her in a weird outfit that I'm not going to keep on her, but it was there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going and finding those normal maps and roughness maps that I saved out. And I'm going to apply them to her skin. I'm having a hard time with the alphabet. You just have to live with me. So I'm going to apply those to each one of her texture map sets. So legs, arms, body, and face. I went through this, I sped this up, so you don't have to actually watch me in real time go through this. But you'll note over here, there's no, you just get the diffuse. There is a way to bring in the original maps, and I will do a separate video. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But if you really, really want your character to have the original roughness maps and the original everything converted, then you use the INI or any file method. And I will either walk you guys through it, or I will point you to the right video if I can find it again that Reillusion put out. And I used that method to bring in most of the characters that I have brought in from Daz, because they were my ongoing characters that I was going to use over and over again. So the pain in the butt method was actually worth it. If it's just a fun, one-off character, then it might not matter so much. But I will either make that, or if I have the patience to do it, or I will walk you through it. And I might for this character. I've been wanting her in Character Creator for a while. But I had several computer issues, as in like hard drive failures, in a row on different computers. And so I had not reinstalled Daz or any of my Daz files. And so this is the first time I've done that. So I've gotten the roughness maps, and I've tweaked the metallic as well. In this case, I just copy the roughness map over, and then I invert it to get what the look I want. If you could play with them back and forth all you want on that, but it does really, really help. So her skin's already looking much, much better. Now what I'm going to do, I never keep the Daz eyes. They just look horrible. So I switch them to digital human eyes, and then I will go in and customize the diffuse map themselves. In this case, obviously, it's like snake eyes. But I use the digital human eye as a base. I also don't keep Daz teeth because they too look horrible. So I tend to switch those out for digital human teeth. So you don't have, it's easier than messing with all of the textures on those to just switch them out to the ones that Character Creator provides. And so here I am doing more of the roughness. That was me inverting and making sure that I get this her skin set up more or less correctly. She's not green yet. I'm going to have to fight and make her green. This was me trying to use this new feature in Character Creator 4 to make her green, and even though I thought it should go green with what I was doing, she kept ending up pink. I didn't want her pink. I wanted her green. So at this point, I will switch over to a different method, slightly different method of making her green. Because she's supposed to be green. She's actually supposed to be green and metallic. And I didn't mess with her as much. I will probably go back and mess with her because I do want her in. So she's animatable. And I'm going to have to do several other things with her. But this was really about the skin. And the guy was asking how I get this, you know, what do I recommend doing to get the skin to look good? And so that's what I'm doing. This character uses the Brenna for... Well, it was a Genesis 3 figure. I think it was Olympia. Brenna was another character in Daz, like a sub-character of the Olympia. I think it was Olympia, who had this cool kind of tribal makeup and stuff. So that's, you know, if anybody's wondering where that came from, that came on the Brenna figure, which was the Genesis 3. I still like the Genesis 3 figures better than any of the Genesis 8 ones. It's interesting. They did some real strange things with the bodies, shape and stuff with Genesis 8 that I don't like. So I'm using this, and what I'm doing right here is I'm taking this, I want it to be the blend map, and I should have increased the contrast on this, but I didn't, but I have to make it black and white. You know, there's a lot of messing with I could do to fix this. But I'm trying to make it a blend map so that it can go up here in that one section right there where you have the blend map. And then I mess with some of the settings here. So I'm getting some, she's looking better. She's looking better. Her SSS isn't right because it's for a human, and she's clearly not human. So that's one I will fix. I'll have to go in. She's supposed to have really long, almost claw-like nails, but mostly I just tried to make them green here. So things won't come in perfect. You have to tweak and fuss and mess with things. And it depends, like I said, a lot of my characters are repeat characters I'm going to use over and over and over again. It's been worth it to spend an actually frightening amount of time getting them to look right. But to get them to look the way I want. I don't have a lot of one-off characters. Most of mine tend to be repeats. Please also note that her eyelashes are funky. When it converts the Daz eyelashes, they often look strange. So I am fixing her eyelashes. They're not quite, still won't be quite right, but they'll be better. And she's getting there. Okay, so I picked out some hair for her. Right now I'm remembering to make her tongue match. I did not mess with her teeth. I would have to do that too to make her gums, because red gums and blue skin or green skin would look weird. That's another kind of detailed thing that I would do. I'm redressing her. This is closer to what she wore. She wore this one-piece bodysuit in Daz. I don't know if I'll be able to bring her Daz hair in, so for now I'm using the digital human hair. She has this crazy long green hair, and this will do for now just to make a point. This is me tweaking the colors to be closer to what they originally were, which was green. So kind of an aqua green, aqua blue sort of color. I noticed that her scalps are off. They don't match her skin. It's better. It's not quite there. So she turned out looking pretty good. There are a couple issues that, that's me adding the CC3 plus or CC plus eye stuff. Now that's the way the character looks in Daz. That was rendered in 3 to Light, which is a long story, not iRay. I didn't have a computer that could do iRay. I think her skin looks better in Character Creator, but you'll note all this shaping in here. None of that shaping came over. That is the Daz high resolution mesh. It does not transfer into Character Creator, either 3 or 4. There is a workaround. It looks so complex I can't even try it. I'm going to probably try to sculpt on her to get some of that shape back. But that is one of the major differences that you get between Daz and Character Creator. Character Creator will reduce the level of polygons to something manageable, but that's what you lose, that some of that high resolution shaping and wrinkles and all the things you've added in Daz. So that's just something to be aware of. Hope that was helpful, and thank you very much if you stuck through it.